Hi, good morning. Hey, I wanted to share with you a project. I am at my own house. Can you see where I'm at? This is my roof with a view. I have a house that had a new roof put on it about 5 years ago, and I had treated the roof a couple years ago, and I'd been noticing during the winter and the spring that my roof was needing treated again. So when we live in our Pacific Northwest, we get a lot of rain, a lot of wet weather, and we have a lot of moss that grows on our roofs. So let me show ya what I'm up to. And so when you've got skylights, this is what can happen. You can definitely get a lot of growth in and around the seams, and what happens is that these cute little tufts will start popping up your shingles. They will grow and they will lift and lift and lift, and then they kind of pop the seam underneath. And so every time I drive up to my house, I can notice that I was getting some additional growth right here where I really, you never want it on your roof anyway. And of course it's on the north side where it's nicely shaded. And so while I'm up here, this is my window here, I would love to clean this. Where I live, I do get a lot of sand and pine needles. I live back in the woods. And so I definitely wanted to jump up here. We're going into spring, and we have a few more days of some good wet weather, so I wanted to hop up here when I had the opportunity. So, and it also gives me a great opportunity to check the overall health of my roof and make sure that I have no areas that are popping up, nothing that looks suspect. And so the integrity of my roof still looks great. And definitely, let me go back to myself. Don't be getting up on a roof by yourself without someone down below to help hold your ladder. Don't get on your roof if you don't feel that you are safe and secure, or if it's absolutely just too steep of a roof. Mine definitely isn't. It's a nice, shallow roof. Let's see. And here's my other skylight. And so this is what I'm looking at with my other skylight. And see, I do have some growth coming in. My windows are pretty clean. I had been up here, was it last year or the year before, and cleaned them. It's also a good opportunity to check around your vents to make sure everything else looks good, that you don't have any cracking and pieces that are picking up. And it definitely looks like it's time to clean some gutters. I've been cleaning my deck and deciding what kind of new furniture and some outdoor rugs to get. So, but look at my gutter. Oh my gosh, look at all those happy little green tufts in there. So, it looks like I should have done this and then cleaned cleaned my deck. So I'm going to be throwing down a little bit debris there, and then also gives me a good opportunity to check out my chimney and clean around it. And then it's always a good thing to check the flashing and the caulking to make sure that everything is still in good shape, that you have no gaps to where your water can come in. So it's good to hire someone, hop up on your roof, do it yourself if you are safe and comfortable with doing such a thing. And if it's a steep roof, definitely hire someone. And that's a rock. What's a rock doing on my roof? Funny thing. And gutters. And I know I had cleaned gutters last year. And look, we do get a lot of sand. Not a lot, but some sand off of West Beach. But you definitely see how I have the moss coming in. And so I don't want that. I don't want these cute little guys up here. And so I brought up a product with me that you can sprinkle on. this also brought up a nice broom that I'm going to go ahead and push off some of these areas that are a little bit green, where I know my chemicals will have a hard time getting to, like beside my skylight. So I'm going to absolutely clean those with my brush. And then I have a product. This is probably going to reverse it, so I'll have to shoot it the other way. It's called a Moss Out, and you can buy this in any of our hardware stores. There's several varieties of this. You can get it where it's a powder that sprinkles on, or you can get this type that can go into a spraying canister. You add water, you can spray it on. And one of the things that you don't want to do with your roof, you don't want to use a power washer. A power washer can absolutely ruin a roof. It can blow a lot of the aggregate right off of your roof, which could ruin your warranty. So you definitely want to be careful with that, and you don't want to use a power washer. Don't do it. And so those are my little tips I want to show you. With a broom, you don't want to push up at the shingles. You want to go down so that you are just lightly sweeping away. And I'm needing my phone. There you go. I also need to clean this area. And this I could do with some water and my big brush here. But I want to show you, this is a great item. And it's just a nice heavy duty bristle brush. And you just want to push down against them. And these little pieces will pop off. And you don't have to necessarily do a whole roof, but if it's completely overgrown, then yes, you do want to get rid of it. And you see how it's just lifting it off. And the best thing about our chemicals that we do have, it will kill the moss. And then with our rains, it should come off. But you just want to push down against them. And we want to remove as much of this as we can around our vents. But look at those cute little tufts. And they will just absolutely keep growing. And they can ruin a roof in no time. And look at them. They just get right under there. And their little roots. And see, it'll just lift up on your roof. And you don't want to do that. Especially if you're in an area that has a lot of wind. Because once these start lifting up, then you can definitely have the wind then get underneath your little shingles. And it can cause a whole lot more problems. So this, we just want to get rid of all of this. And see, it's just this nice little mat that just grows on. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? So me growing up in the Midwest, we never had to worry about this. Most of us that have been in the drier, more arid areas definitely did not deal with it at all. But this item that I got is just a powder. We are just going to sprinkle it on. And you see all these little bitty tufts. And so when I'm driving into my house, I definitely see the green. And so this, and you see that it will just start popping it up and lifting it up. So you definitely want to take care of your roof. You don't want to let these things go because it will absolutely just keep growing, and that's not a good thing. So even if you have a new roof, it can absolutely just destroy it. And this is my view. Not a bad day. The sun's finally out. And that's about all my tips. And if you've had, things attached like your dish for your TV and whatnot, and if they've come and removed that, definitely check those holes and see if you need to put some caulking in those to keep the water from going through your roof. And definitely check for the loose spots. But anyway, have a great day. If you have questions about cleaning a roof, about having a roof replaced, you can definitely reach out to me. I know a lot of great roofers in our area, And if you need any other information about Whidbey Island, buying a house, selling a house, or doing some remodeling, definitely buzz me. Go to my website, which is movetowhidbey.com. So you guys have a great day. And definitely, I hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Bye-bye.